And welcome to the channel. Welcome to some random guy from some random guy speaks 00. I ain't got to put that on there, but yeah. So welcome to the channel and things. So I'm sure people will find my stream by now and things. So, but yeah, it's all good. Uh, yeah. So I enjoy, doing the streams first and foremost. And besides just enjoy doing the stream, we're going to be doing something different. I'm going to be talking about, everybody else seems to be talking about the election between Donald J. Trump and Kamala Harris. So we're going to go and dive right into this thing. We're going to be talking about the policies and not about the personalities, but we're going to deal with the policies and try not to make this thing personal, which I won't. But yeah, I just find it very interesting because I've been following the election for quite some time. I watched a lot of the debates and things like that. Yeah, it's very interesting though, But yeah, we're gonna talk about it. And the way that this particular election is, it is really, really, really just spiraling. I mean, there's some historical things with this particular election that we never seen before, you know. And if I were to bring up some examples, like Biden, like basically they had him to step down instead of uh, and activated the 25th Amendment and letting us know that he wasn't able to perform his duties. Therefore, Kamala would have been automatically activated as the president, but that didn't happen. And I just found that to be very, very strange. And it's really strange when you really think about it because that's the proper order of things, but they just told him to. We still don't know. I mean, many people would say some type of memory loss, something going on there. There could be some other issues too, but yeah, man, I'm just, as American people, we definitely deserve to know, what is wrong with Joe Biden, because they just told him to step down, but he still is the president, because no one activated the 25th Amendment. So as it speaks and as it stands, he's still the acting president. So we deserve an explanation there. We never got one. And, this whole election thing is just strange, man. It really is, man. Just with that right there, man, it's like, it's really strange. I never seen a candidate before, like someone like Kamala. I never seen someone like her. And I'm gonna explain here. I'm gonna explain. We never seen anyone like Trump either, to be honest. We never see. we never seen between the two. We never really seen we never seen anything like this before with the two candidates. Never in the history. We never seen this before. And it's like it's interesting and it's not funny. It really isn't, man, because this is the country that we're talking about here. And the thing about it is, whoever allowed the immigrants to come into this country, like the illegals, man, it's I mean, I'm just saying, we never experienced anything like this before, ever. So yeah, we're gonna talk about this stuff. We gotta bring up the border, we gotta bring up the economy, and these two right here, man, wait, what you have down, this is from James. Let me read here. James, let me see here, James. Okay, Harris told Biden, not welcome at my campaign speeches. Okay, right. That's what I said, man. He said, I just said though, don't you find all this to be strange, James? I mean, the whole thing. Let's just be honest, man. Don't you find the whole election thing to be strange this year? There's some strange things that are going on. with the Harris camp alone, there's some strange things that are going on, man. I'm just saying. Because I mean, you know, in the media outlets, you remember the time, I don't know how old you are, James, but, you know, I'm Generation X. So I still remember when journalism was journalism, where they kept their personal opinions to themselves and they just delivered the news. But you would even have to agree that the way that the news is being delivered, it is totally biased. I mean, it really is, though, man, when we're really thinking about it. If I wouldn't have known any better when I'm watching, like, CNN especially, CBS, ABC, and all the rest of them, right? You would have thought that, I mean, you would have thought you was there because, I mean, you know, I find that to be weird. When I first heard that back in 2016, I found it to be weird. This is weird, man. I mean, don't you find like journalism is not being covered? Let me see what else you got here. Ask Texas residents close to the Texas, close to the Texas borders, Trump for president. I hear you, man. I totally hear you. I mean, I'm in agreement, man. I'm in agreement. But I'm over here talking about, I'm kind of working my way down. And since you brought up the border again, yeah, because Arizona, and I used to live in Arizona, I used to live in Phoenix. So yeah, I mean, these border cities, man, that they're telling the American people that the border is secure now versus where the border is before. It's not, they were allowing people to come in. You know that Trump policies, right? When he set up about 90 executive orders, and they were regarding immigration and safety on that border, right? Because when Trump was around, I don't know why they keep telling this lie, but they are doing it to justify themselves. But let's just be real. Trump set up executive orders to stop these illegal, these, you already know, man. I mean, you know, these were executive orders that Trump already signed into order. You know, not allowing illegals to come over here, right? So when he did that, have the problem today. Then those girls, young girls, and some of these women and everything, they got murdered behind their policies. I mean, you can really see anybody can see what's going on behind their policies, man. That's what I'm saying, though, you know. And whether you're a Democrat, even the Democrats would agree. Just on the border part of it. And then she's breaking this nonpartisan BS type of stuff. She has the power right now. Trump set up the executive order. She got the power to overturn this. You don't have to go before the Senate and nobody to shut this down. You don't have to go before Congress to shut this down. You can shut this down. At her level, she can shut this down. But she does not want to. You know that, James, right? She does not want to shut it down. This is where the problem is, right? These are the two major things that Americans care about, mostly. All this reproductive rights and stuff, that's way down the list. And we're gonna get there if I don't get there on this particular stream. We only care about the policies that affect Americans. We're all Americans, black, white, and other. And that people gotta get off this, I'm black American, I'm Asian. We're Americans. If you're over here illegal, you come here to the proper pathway of citizenship, you are American. Plain and simple, nothing more. But this issue right here, we can't even go back any further than the borders. Gregory Abbott, look what he had to do. They would send him over here. We got sanctuary cities. What is up with the sanctuary cities, man? You know, there's another thing. Aurora, Colorado. What is the deal, man? What is up? That's what we're asking ourselves as Americans. Because like I said, this is not a Democrat or Republican thing. This is an American thing at this point. This is national security right now that we're dealing with here. This is what we're facing with. Every American right now could be potentially in danger or at harm's way. Some point in time, one of these cities where you live at will be a sanctuary city if this is not corrected. Am I wrong? Am I right or am I wrong? That's all I want to know. Am I right or am I wrong? Because we as Americans should have been outraged on this. They know no way they could have pulled this shit 30 years ago. They couldn't pull this stuff a long time ago. No way. We should be outraged on that border. The border, there's no, everybody coming in all over the world. Hey, come on in America, you know? Come on in, we got you. Come on in, we got you. And we're paying for what? Tax. Our tax dollars are paying for, they up in the Ritz-Carlton and all this other stuff. I'm an Uber driver, right? I have picked these people up. I have dropped them off. Very little Spanish, un poquito, very little Spanish that I know, but I mean, you know, they going over here, going to work, smiling. They got Snap and all these other set-aside programs off of the American, taxpayers and so forth. We are paying for this stuff. And here's the thing about this thing, man. Like I keep saying before, we know that the border is not secure at all. People are coming in, like I keep saying. And these girls that have been murdered, and I'm not hoping, I'm really, like I said before, man, if something does not change in this election, man, and like I said, I'm going to let you guys know, I'm rocking with Trump, flat out. Because like I said, he wouldn't have never let him in the first place. His policy was stellar. It really was. Even Democrats know this. There's a lot of Democrats that know this, know what's going on. They agree with it. Even if they don't agree with Trump on everything, they agree, everybody agrees of having a secure border. Don't tell us that the border is secure where there's over 10 million immigrants, and we know it's way more than that, but that's a fair assessment number to say. That we got a lot of illegal sanctuary cities around the United States in some of these areas where these criminals have safe havens, like Aurora, Colorado. Anybody that know why the media is not covering this? If this is a lie, why not bring the media down there to investigate this stuff? Nobody is doing investigating journalism no more. Remember the days, I don't know how old some of you guys are. I'm Generation X, and I remember the day of Walter Cronkite, man. Oh, I miss those days, man, having real journalists, real investigating journalists, man. They just, everybody being told what to do from corporations, man, that don't adhere to the Constitution. This is a national travesty of what's going on here in regards to the United States of America. The United States of America, our borders are supposed to be secure. First and foremost, that's the first and foremost thing right there. Now, you know, that's why I say, man, this is a bunch of bull, man. Why we gotta sit up here and listen to lies? Because if that border was secure, them girls wouldn't have been murdered. They had it on the news that these what we call immigrants that come over here, that they weren't immigrants, they were illegals, immigrants that came over here and killed those girls. Lake and Riley and the rest of them killed them girls. Tied their hands up behind their back and raped and murdered. And many of you got children and young daughters. This is what I'm just saying though, man. They were murdered, raped and murdered. I'm gonna go ahead and say it, because I ain't trying to get monetized, man. I gotta call it for what it is. I'm not trying to get monetized, man. I'm just over here just speaking what's on my mind, exercising my freedom of speech, which we all should be, and push back against the system. Because the system, it hasn't protected us, it's been destroying us within. And this is exactly what's been going on, man. And we need a leader We need someone that's fierce. We need someone that's strong. And I'm going to say it, we need an asshole in order to be able to deal with this type of shit. It is what it is. We can't have nobody that's flip-floppy, wishy-washy, talking about what she gonna do when she can do it. Don't tell me what you're gonna do, tell me what you have done. Instead of sitting back here telling me what you're gonna do. You know what I'm saying? Damn. Nobody cares. You know, Missouri gotta be saying right now, we're the show me state. You gotta show me. Show me. Don't just talk about it, be about it. Say something. She can't do that. She's the active vice president. Biden is still the president. Because like we said before, they didn't they inactivated the 25th Amendment on him. Nobody knows his cognitive memory. We don't know what's going on with him mentally. We don't know what's going on with him physically. We don't know. We don't know, ladies and gentlemen. We just don't know. So how do we, I mean, you know what I'm saying? This is weird. This is weird stuff. This is weirdo stuff. And they think y'all dumb. They think we all dumb, to be honest. And the policies are not working, trying to sleight of hand, trying to, because like I'm going to say this, the Democratic Party of elites, I'm going to say them, not the Democratic voters, I'm talking about the elites. They are panic, man. They're on panic right now. They're on panic mode. The things that they're doing is on panic mode, ladies and gentlemen. This is what they're doing. We've been invaded. And I guess just call it for what it really is. Because somebody, you know, there's people out there that would agree the border is a #1 thing. The economy is #2. Look at the prices of milk, cheese, other commodities, steady going up. We're over 50% inflation. They're about to do another tax next year, 2025. They're purposely destroying the economy. We all know it. We all know it. That's the thing about it, though, you know? Let's go ahead and be real about it. So we are in dire straits right now, unfortunately, but true. This is exactly what it is. And I'm gonna get with the facts on this in a few minutes, as soon as I get myself parked, man. Cause like I said, man, I'm just a random black man myself. I'm just some random guy, man. But if a random guy can speak on facts in regards to where this country has been going to, because this country is not running on the right path. Let's just be real about it. Y'all saw Harris on the debates. Y'all saw her. She does not like a long interview. Stuff is pre-cut and edited. This is weird stuff. Weirdo stuff, man, really. It is. This guy, man, you gotta admit, some of you guys may not like Donald Trump. I get it. But one thing for sure, he gave that speech with Joe Rogan. He spoke for over 3 hours. Do you really think that Harris got the wherewithal, let alone the mental discipline to be able to speak to Joe Rogan for over 3 hours? We know it's not going to happen. And then it was rumored that her team contacted Joe Rogan and wanted to do it for an hour, and it had to be on their terms. He had to fly out to where she was, and everything got to be, she had to know the questions ahead of time. Come on now. How you gonna be a president? You gotta know the questions ahead of time. That's like sitting before Xi Jinping. Well, you know, I gotta know beforehand what Xi Jinping is gonna say before I say anything. This is crazy, man. Come on, man. This is weirdo stuff. How we gonna do this, man? We gonna do this? Are you for real? You know, even if I was voting Democrat, man, I'd be saying, are you for real? Seriously. You mean to tell me that you can't even, you got to know the questions before, you got to know the question to everything? You know, Trump 2024, that's what's up. Give a shout out to Nick and Lauren. Yeah, give a shout out to all y'all in the room. Thanks for coming in, man. We're over here talking about Trump versus Harris, and we're going to be talking about the policies because the policies matter. It's not about emotions, it's not about feelings. We are all Americans, and we need to be reunited, man. I'm tired of the division. And let's keep it real, man. The division happened with Obama, to be honest. It didn't happen with Trump. It happened with Obama. It happened with Obama. That's where the division first came from. And then we've been running off course ever since, man. And we need a man. We need somebody that has the fire. That's an asshole and a general to get it done. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we need. We need Trump 2024. That's what we need. Let's just go ahead and say it for what it is. Give a shout out to David Penley. All right. Yep, we got to give a shout out, even though he's real rocking with Harris. I get it. I get it. But let me ask you something. I'm going to ask, when it comes down to some of the supporters of Harris. Now, I don't know if some of you guys may have came in on the tail end of the conversation, but these are two major problems that we have with the Biden-Harris campaign. Because I still got to call it Biden and Harris. Harris is just as much involved as Biden. Biden said so. He said every decision we made in the situation room, so forth, she was right there along with me. That's what Joe Biden said when he was making decisions. So I hope you guys ain't trying to give her a pass because, oh yeah, she's a vice president and she cannot make these decisions on her own. You know what I'm saying? That's not true. She was right there making all the decisions. I've been to Trump rallies before. I know how it goes. And there's nothing like what the news media has to say. Because this is the thing about it. I've been rocking with Trump since 2016, right? I never had a problem with him. Let's go ahead and I'm going to say some things and I'm going to go back on the policies again. For those that may not know, Trump gave a lot of money to the NAACP. He done a lot of stuff in the so-called black community. He also have mentioned other things as well. What else? I'm going to mention some other things as well. Even Mike Tyson. When Mike, some of y'all that may not have been around long enough, this was back in, there was a case that he called, it was a great rape case out in Indiana, right? And in Indiana, he got, convicted of, you already know. So here's the situation, right? Who it came to is Tyson would tell you. Tyson would tell you Donald Trump came to his aid and helped him out when nobody else did. Think about that. Yeah, you're right though, James. You're absolutely right. James. Dave said there's a lot of people that don't know about Trump. That's true. There's a lot of people that don't know. Trump is not a guy that brag about what he gives to people and help people. He doesn't do that. He doesn't do that at all, though. He endorsed Jesse Jackson. I was about to get there. Thank you. Al Sharpton, I do believe, is a lot of people he has helped out. Remember back then, even Oprah Winfrey, back in the 90s, oh, you should run for president, even though he didn't want to do it. Oh, you should run for president. At one time, Oprah Winfrey was Trump's right hand, and she was his best friend. A lot of these people have turned on Trump, and he's being ran through the mud for no reason to his own at all. It's the truth. Yup, you got it right. Oprah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, she said that. People don't know, and I realize that we're a couple of generations now where. Because people weren't really around, born in the 90s or whatever, and other people want to forget. There's other people that were around that know this, man. Yeah, Trump, you know what I'm saying? So Trump is the most generous man. I met Don Jr., by the way, and things. I met Don Jr., and let me tell you how I met Don Jr. I'll tell you how I met him. I was driving, as an Uber driver, I pick up a lot of people that were born in the 80s. Yeah, so, you guys, let me see here. Let me watch the mainstream for a minute, saying if this channel is under 100,000, it would be limited to blah, blah, blah. Yeah, and that's effed up. Yeah, I know, because I'm gonna tell you this. Let me see, Iran. Let me tell you this. Everybody know that these social medias, like YouTube, I'm really gonna be pitching you guys to follow me over on Rumble. Because we don't have to go through this stuff. They already are starting to wrap up the phase of this is not free speech here, first and foremost. It's not free speech. Yeah, exactly. And they'll probably knock this down. Like I said, I encourage you guys to go to Rumble. Once Rumble is like it's a social media platform like YouTube. So with Rumble, you have free speech first and foremost because they also believe in the Constitution. YouTube does not believe in the Constitution. Facebook does not believe in the Constitution. Instagram does not believe in the Constitution. They believe in suppression and things. They don't believe in freedom and so forth. Yeah. So you have to find Rumble, and I give you guys my Rumble account information. In fact, let me do that right now. If I'm listed as some random male. Yeah, some random male is my channel on Rumble that you guys can look for me there. I may have a couple. I'm trying to post some videos on there, but some random male because, like I said, let me go back to my other point and I get there. So I met Corey Landowski, which is Trump's campaign manager. I picked this guy up in an Uber, man. Can you believe that? This guy was in my car. I knew he looked familiar, and I had my MAGA hat. I didn't have it on because I had to let my hair rest. So, yeah, I'm going to tell you, James, real quick, the platform Rumble, all y'all, if you believe in the Constitution, freedom of speech, you want to go to Rumble. There's no, yeah, exactly. I know. You know what? I got photos. I got photos to prove it, though. I met Don Jr., man. And Don, I talked to Don Jr. Yeah, so for those that don't know by now, we're talking about Donald Trump Jr. I met Donald Trump Jr. We kicked it for a little bit because I know he had a busy schedule, man. I congratulated him, man. I gave him my sympathy for what happened, the assassination attempts, which we're going to talk about that too, because these are the things that need to be addressed and things like that. But yeah, I met him, picked him up as an Uber. God is my witness, I sure did. But you need to go on Rumble and things like that for, because like I said, we are in a serious crisis in this country right now because they are really doing a great job right now trying to suppress information. And the big guys have already been attacked already, such as by the time they get to me would be later on. But I'm talking about like Tucker Carlson. He's already been contacted, and he ain't the only one. There's some big names that they coming after. You know what I'm saying? As far as the information, because they want to keep this information suppressed, man. Straight like that. Yeah, censorship stuff. You're right. You're right, James. That's exactly what it is. The America that we know, if you were born in the 80s, like you said you was, James, that will still make you a baby boy. I'm sorry, Generation Xer. You probably on the last tail end of it. But yeah, that is correct, man. Because we didn't have this stuff before. And that's why I urge people to brush up on the Constitution as well, because it's very important regards to that. But as we go down on this live here, I got a little time here right now, but we're gonna be really talking about it. So, what's that? Gen X forever? Yes, sir. I'm a Gen X, Gen Xer. Yep, that's correct. From 1965 to 1980, that is correct. We are Gen Xers, though. So we've been around the block. What's surprising, James, and the rest of you guys, what's surprising about this thing, and I'm gonna go back on my point. We haven't had a Gen X president. We always had baby boomer presidents. Then our whole generation got skipped over. But the generation that's coming after us is millennial generation. And that's something that's interesting right there. We had a whole generation skipped over for the presidency. It's amazing to me. It's amazing right there. Nobody in our generation ever decided to want to be the president. Or if they did, I didn't know about it. It's interesting though, man. So none of us in our generation have a president. Let me go back to my point though. So, so after that, the policies. Now, I'm gonna tell y'all, man. We we gonna have to really come together, man, because we can't be divided like this. You know what I'm saying? We really can't. Um, but let's go ahead and go into it. We're gonna talk about for the first 4 years of Kamala Harris failed policies, right? We gotta go ahead and talk about it, right? So Kamala Harris spent, you know what, for the last 4 years back in Biden. We all know this. She was a deciding vote for Bidenomics. She backed Biden open border policies and their weakness which was invitation or invited to wars, the forever wars that's been going on, right? High prices, record inflation, the rise of violence and crime, and the list goes on. These are the things that are going on regarding the Biden and Harris, which is all the same. There's no different at all. She were asked, what would she do differently? She did not say anything. Kamala did not say what she would do differently. So they're one of the same. Ain't no dividing them. They're one of the same. Exactly. Let me see what you say here. Well, Harris said she wants to unite, blah blah blah, and rhetoric of Trump. Yeah, exactly. Sorry, Harris only got the place. Okay, only got her place. Yeah, because of how well she served Willie. Absolutely, we all know that. That's absolute fact. Her medals have never been tested. She always had the assistance of a man. All the time. Always talking about how strong she is and how proud. No, she even had assistance. She had to have 2 men to help her on her campaign, which was which was Obama and Clinton. Those 2 had to go in and even assist her on her campaign because she was doing so badly. And these were men. That's what I say, man. This is crazy, man. All right, right? But here's her promise. What she called dreamers? Here it is. More middle-class taxes, welfare for illegals, and the same old failures over and over and over again. These are her policies. For those that are voting for her, you're voting for failure policies. Already 4 years ago. The only thing she could do is talk about and attack Trump. This is what turned a lot of Democrats off. They didn't like always hearing about Trump all the time. They already know what Trump did 4 years prior to. It's like, look at your policies. They've been failed. You and Biden are one and the same. Bidenomics. Y'all the same. You can't separate the two. This ain't about her, her character. It's like, what character? You know what she did? She don't have no character. She's a home wrecker. Ain't no character. How you gonna have character being on your knees? And you already know. You can't. And a married man to boot. How you gonna have character? They over here propping this woman up. Well, who is this woman to, who is she? For real. Nobody knows. No one knows. She won't allow anybody to get close to her, next to her. She won't do it. She won't do it. She's not going to go on Joe Rogan. You think she's going to go on Joe Rogan's show and speak 3.5 hours? No, she's not going to do it. But let's talk about her other policies. Unaffordable housing. Under the Kamala Harris and Joe Biden, the average home price is now so high that Americans need, a 6-figure salary in nearly half of the United States to afford a home. Think about that. So if y'all voted for her, you must got it like that. It must not be talking to you. Shoot, must not be talking to you. You got to have $1 million plus to be able to rock with Kamala Harris. And she going to take that from you anyway because we talking about taxes. You got one president that want to get rid of taxes. You got a president for 4 taxes. Trump is wants to get rid of the taxes. Kamala, business as usual. Big banks and all the rest of this stuff. But he's the tyrant. He's the low-down SOB and so forth. But their policies are failed policies. This is what it is. This is factual. What I just said is factual. Higher mortgage rates under Kamala Harris and Joe Biden. It has become nearly impossible, once again, for young couples to even buy their first starter home. Why? Because the interest rates have what? Gone up to what? 2.77% under, when it was 2.77% under Trump, but now it's more than 7.75%. This is under the Biden-Harris campaign right now, under their policies, right? Right? This is just basically what it is. What Mike said? What you got down here? Your conversation tears. Okay, going on taste. So sweet next week. Okay, blah blah blah. Will Trump concede this time around, or he lost again? No, he's not going to concede. He's going to win. He's going to win. This is the same guy that said fight, fight, fight. Remember, they tried to take him out twice. First time it was a fail. You know, they wasn't expecting Trump to be around, to really be honest with you. Thank God that there is a God. Now, if you don't believe, well, there is one now. Just turn his head and say, I'll let you get his ear, but I ain't going to let you get his head. You know, he said fight, fight, fight. And that's what we as Americans got to do, fight, fight, fight. Don't worry about the naysayers, because like I said, I'm going to tell you guys this. I don't fight with, there ain't no sense of fighting with people that don't see that. They still see the Republican. They still see the uniparty thing. They still see him just another loudmouth president ain't gonna promise nothing. You have to, and the thing about it is that what's gonna happen when Trump wins and he implement his policies into play, what's gonna end up happening is people are gonna start benefiting from it. Who's gonna argue when there's no, they'll have to pay taxes no more? He said, what did he say? No tax on tips, no tax on OT, Social Security, right? For seniors, no taxes. Lastly, but not least, no federal income taxes. Bam. We won't be, who's going to be actually arguing against that? And they'll say, well, we'll see it to believe it. This is the whole thing. When you get a taste of not paying taxes, and by the way, America was set up a long time ago in the Reconstruction period where they made it off of tariffs. This is where Trump is getting this from. Because it worked before, because somebody in history, either he knew or they put it in his ear and told him that the tariff tax laws work. And this is how America was flourishing back then. It wasn't no need to be paying taxes at all. I appreciate the new subscriber. Thanks, Zach Hillman. I appreciate you. Thank you, man. It wasn't no need for it. It was not no need for it at all. That's what Trump is saying. And that's why I say, you guys ain't got to get out there. Don't fight with the Democrat voters, because they're going to know when they see it. When they start getting the whiff of this freedom, this real freedom stuff that we're talking about here, you ain't got to get out here. I don't get out here and get into that type of stuff. Let this situation is going to pan out and roll out. Like I said, thank God for God is blessing America by allowing Trump to live. And whether you're religious or not, you got to agree with me on that one, man. Thank God for Donald Trump 2024, because that's exactly what it is, man. This is exactly what it is. Absolutely, she's losing. Are you kidding me? That's why I say we don't have to debate the country. You guys are the country, man. We the people. We are the patriots. We are the ones that are supporting Trump. It ain't Trump versus the establishment. It's all of us together versus the establishment. That's what they can't stop. These little minority groups of Kamala supporters, they don't make up the majority. The conservative is the majority of the United States. We know this, right? When you go into these little cities versus a sea of red around it, surrounding it, that is the majority of the people that don't like woke. We ain't looking for those agendas. We ain't looking for all this stuff, all this pandering and transgendering for children and all this other stuff. We don't, he already said what he's gonna do when he get in there. But you're gonna shut that border down, mass deportation that the United States ain't never seen before in the history of this country. He talking about cleaning house. And I love the fact that when he gets into power, Any illegal that kill an American is going to be life in prison. I'm sorry, it's going to be the death penalty. I stand corrected. The death penalty. The death penalty. And I'm all for it. Any illegal immigrant that murders a U.S. citizen is going to get what? It's going to be capital punishment, which is, we already know, he's going to get the death sentence. This is exactly what it is. Mass deportation that the world have never seen before. Ever seen before. And they waiting on us to do our thing. And I'm in support of that. Rope or gun or lethal injection for death, however they do it, hazy, however they do it, I'm okay with that. I can sleep with that. Because, again, they should not have their ASS in this country in the first place. You know? This is what it's about right here. Our borders are going to be secure again, activating ICE, right? You're going to have the Border Patrol security out there doing their job. You got the police force already ready to go. And like I said before, once he get in there, all they got to say is the word. He got the military as well. Trump has the military. He has Space Force. Hey, man, they don't even know. That's why I say I don't have to argue with Kamala Harris supporters. They are welcome to come in here for cool dialogue. But we can't do that. Hey, man, you know what I'm saying? But let's just keep it real. Exactly. Exactly, God's law. Exactly. Because hey, man, this is what it is, man. We are in serious times right now, man. And like I said, I rock with him. I voted for Trump. That's right. We got our votes. We got our thing out here. But let's go back to this thing, though, right? What's going on, man? So mass deportation, right? Like the world had never seen before, right? That's another thing that he said. We got some other things right there. No woke agenda. Anybody preaching critical race theory, any of this stuff will not be funded at the educational level. He's talking about getting rid of the Board of Education, ladies and gentlemen. Trump is going to bust this up because the Board of Education been dirty. And we already know the people that's behind the Board of Education and education. I'm just going ahead and kick some real science. Knowledge. Just go and kick some real knowledge right now, man. You know, because anybody that got to know, there is a family that controls education, so-called education. It's been miseducation any darn way, man. It's been miseducation. They control the so-called education. They don't even teach about the Federal Reserve. They don't ever teach about what we call the central bank. They don't teach about this stuff at all. There's no school system taught about the Federal Reserve ever. I ask questions about people. I said, what do you know about the Federal Reserve? Only thing they know is, well, the government prints the money. No, it's not the government. It has nothing to do with the government. It's a private entity. Nothing to do with the government. The government does not print the money. It's a private institution that prints the money. And these notes that we are spending, you might as well call them IOUs. We ain't got to go into a lot of detail about it. They're just IOUs. Because every time the government has to borrow from the central bank in order to be able to what? This is what it is. This is what it is. They charge them an interest rate every time they print the money for them, get the money from them. It ain't backed by nothing, Jack. You know what? It's a Ponzi scheme, 3-car model. It's a house of cards waiting to collapse any minute now. We're on the brink of a collapsing economy. It was built up. It was only going to last from 1913 up until 2024. I'm really surprised that it took this long. To be honest with you, it should have failed in 2008. That's when it should have went down regarding that time, in my opinion. But this is what it is, man. We're over here talking about this stuff. All this money, you're right. Jose, you're right. All the money, the taxpayers' money included, are going over there to Ukraine. And they're going to, that's why I say they don't want Trump, because they know Trump going to stop the war. Trump is for peace. And when he stops the war, the military-industrial complex, they're not going to be, they're not happy about this right now. This is where you'll live Cheney and Dick Cheney and all of them. They're for forever wars, man. They're warmongers. And they get paid off of murder and no resolution. They don't want a resolution between Palestine and Israel. They don't want a resolution over there in Ukraine and Russia. They want it to continue on. This is what it's all about. They want to keep more. The more money they send, they get paid. This is how all of our politicians are bought. It's called the military-industrial complex, the lobbyists. They buy off politicians. Nikki Haley been bought. She's been exposed too. She's been bought. It's an endless war. Thank you. It was never meant to be stopped. And for you guys that are Democrats that support Kamala Harris, I'm gonna say this: you do not understand your policies. And many of you are voting because you want to see the first woman president because she pretends to be nicey nice. Some of you are voting for color, gender. And this is one of the main things. It should never be about any of that stuff. It should be about what we're talking about here. Because this is the policy. Since she's trying to play moderate, she's really a far leftist. Her mother and father was who and what? They were Marxists, educated. Both of them had doctorate degrees. And they were Marxists. This is a known fact. Now we got to know who Karl Marx is. You can Google that and find that out. This is exactly what it is. Yeah, you're right. Liz Shady, exactly. These are the rhinos that never done anything. All they are is Democrats, man. They were never no Republicans. Most of them were Democrats, man. We had the Uniparty before we had Trump. Good versus evil. You're absolutely right, Hazy. Exactly. This is what this is. This is a spiritual war between good and evil. That's why you're looking at the news media. Look at the so-called, it ain't the news at all. They are controlled opposition, PSYOP programs to shame you, talk bad. Oh, yeah, anybody that support Trump is garbage. This is what Biden said. Oh, we got the modern day Hitler and all the followers ain't nothing but actual Nazis. This is Germany, 1930, all over again. This is bullcrap stuff, you know? Oh yeah, now you're going to be saying, now we're going to be the Gestapos and all the rest of this nonsense, you know? They're going to have them in concentration camps, Auschwitz all over again, sound the alarms and stuff, shoot, you might as well bring out Klinger, For those that don't know, that show is off of, I ain't trying to make light of it, man. I'm not trying to Hogan's Heroes. I'm not trying to make light of it, man. But this is some serious stuff, though, man, for real. This is some serious stuff, Yeah, the evil sells fear. It does. Because the whole thing, obviously, my voice, I'm black. Not that that matters. But I have always accused the Democrats, especially them, of destroying my community. And they did a great job with it. They destroyed the black community and they use all our emotions like they're doing with the rest of people. Emotions, when people are emotional, they could be easily controlled. They could be easily controlled. And you start looking at women in general, right? Because a lot of women are emotional. That's the first go-to for them. With us, it's logic. With them, it's emotions. So, woman, nice. What's she gonna do? Oh, I'm gonna vote for her. That's it. That's how they see things. They see woman in trouble, help, vote. That's how their mind is like that. With men, we wait a moment. She's a woman. Wait a moment. This ain't sounding right on the policy stuff. We're actually thinking. Most of the men thinking. Oh yeah. Man, they over here attacking men a whole lot, aren't they? Exactly. Mama bears activate. That's what it is. This is how their mind is. And I'm not talking bad about women, but I'm saying, ladies, y'all have, I had to work on my mother, man. My mother also hated Trump at one time. I had to walk her down. It took me some time to walk her down because I kept hitting her with facts and said, look at this, look at that, look what's going on. And this is basically how it is, man, And I just want her to really know who the real enemy is to the people, not just black folks, it's to the country. Like I said before, this is much larger. When the country wins, everybody wins. It ain't, yeah, Obama sold us these old false narratives and everything and all this other kind of crap. Did he deliver? No. He did not deliver. He delivered same-sex marriages, LGBT, empowered them, and at the time it was like 4% of them. But they've been empowered. They benefited, you know. We also have the DEI and all that type of stuff. There are those groups and women in Title IX they benefited from. What y'all women and other groups don't realize in the Democratic Party, why men don't rock with Kamala, because there's no policies in there that is talking about for men as well as the country. It's all been broken down on your particular group levels. This is where the problem is, right here. This is a serious thing, though. How you can expect for a heterosexual, masculine man to be behind her when there's nothing in there for us at all? There isn't any. We over here looking at her, watching the debates. She doesn't have anything. I'm going to get to Trump stuff in a minute. But I'm just saying, she does not have anything, man. You know, this, and y'all see with women, when you start criticizing women, here it is again. Like you said, though, Hazy, Mama Bear activated. And that's exactly what it is. Go into protect mode. She, woman, must help. They're attacking her. They're talking bad about her. We talk about her policies. I never mentioned. All right, so let's talk about it. All right, so let's talk about it. Kamala Harris draining America's money, right? Personal savings drained, right? Kamala Harris and Joe Biden, the amount of Americans have their personal savings had fallen by over 70%. All right, over 70%. Right, to the below pre-pandemic levels, right? That's what ended up happening. Taxes overflowing. Kamala Harris proposed $7.3 trillion federal budget includes a $4.9 trillion hike, the largest in history. This amount to more than 35,000 in tax hikes per American family. Can we survive this type of stuff, ladies and gentlemen? Can we really talk? Can we survive this stuff? Because I guarantee if she gets in there, we're going to be looking at a world of hurt. You know, I'm serious. Because right now, you already know with the summit, the reset, the Great Reset, the Green Deal, all that ain't going away. What did he say? What did he say? What was it? Klaus Francois? Which one said it? Everybody will be happy not owning a home. And then these smart cities, these what they call smart cities and everything, that's going into play. What is this? What you say, Hazy? Women need to be women so we can stand behind our men. Exactly. And this is exactly what it is. But a lot of them have unfortunately failed under the who. They bought into the lie. Because they don't see Trump, they see him as a woman hater, a woman misuser. Nobody said the guy was perfect, but who is? Who? Jesus Christ got to be the only one to run for president? You know, nobody is perfect. I'm not perfect. Nobody is perfect. You know, that's what I'm saying. But y'all, here's the thing about it, Hazy, and I appreciate you being on, and a woman that's backing me up, and I appreciate it. I know the fellas always back me up, but the thing about it is, and like I said, hearing you as a woman, and respectfully, you obviously support Trump. You know, and obviously, you know, because you started looking around like we all have and seen they had basically 4 years. By Joe Biden, Bidenomics, right? We've all been affected by this type of thing. Financially. This is what I'm talking about right now. This is a serious thing, though. Inflation is hurting families. You know, inflation. you know? So under Kamala Harris and Joe Biden, family incomes have failed to keep up with inflation, which is absolutely true, which has reached a 40-year high. The price of groceries has risen more than 21.6%. That's why I was like, oh my gosh, man, this stuff is expensive. I mean, we know why and what it is, but there's no present solutions right now. Not under their watch, but they still keep saying it's getting better. They hire more, this and that. The Green Deal and all this other kind of stuff. The Green Deal is going to, Trump said it. The Green Deal is also, it will destroy America. Right? So I'm going to get off enough about Kamala. We know what it is. We're going to be talking about Trump 2024. That's how I always say it, though. Trump, you know. Donald J. Trump, a real American first and foremost, man. I salute you. Yup, the president, and he's still the president. Ain't no former. He's the president and will be the president again. Because Trump, fight, and that's what I'm doing right now. I'm fighting, fight, right? Prosperity for Americans. More money for American families under President Trump leadership. Americans saw their personal savings increase nearly over 400%. More money to pursue their dreams and invest in their children's future. This is the type of stuff that I'm talking about right now. A man with a plan. Man, that rhymes, right? Man with a plan. He's saying it right now, what it really is. We need prosperity in America. We are all Americans once again. First of all, tax cuts. I love this. President Trump signed the largest tax cut in history, saving the average family $2,000 a year. Straight like that. Low inflation. Under the President Trump, incomes were high. Let me see here. Under President Trump, incomes were high. Inflation was what? Low. It was. We had more money. Allowing what? For more opportunities for American families. This is absolutely factually true. There's nothing made up about this. There's nothing made up about this at all. This is, see, our situation is that we have poor leadership, obviously. Let's go ahead and go down the thing here. Trump, right? President Trump fighting for us, right? Securing our borders, protecting our seniors and kids. Do you hear anything about this coming from the left at all? No. Trump is going to do what? End taxpayers' benefits for illegals. This right here, ladies and gentlemen, has to happen. This is what Trump is going to be doing. Keep our territories, right? Keep out terrorists. Keep out terrorists. So the terrorists, right? We know who the terrorists are. These are illegals that come over here that are in these gangs like MS-13. What's that gang from Venezuela? Some of you guys, my Latino, you know what it is. I don't feel like looking it up right now. These are some of the most dangerous gangs that have been let out of who? Venezuelan prisons. Emptied out over 70% of their prisons. A lot of them are over here in America raising and wreaking havoc. This is what they're doing. Child traffickers and rapists in jail. I love a president that's talking about this, man. What else? End taxation on Social Security benefits. This is what Trump is actually, this is already, ain't no, is he going to do it? You best believe when he gets in, he's going to do it. Trump has always been a man of his word. He's always been a man of his word, man. And I'm over here reading off these policies right now, right? Affordable homes, record low mortgages, tax breaks and down payment assistance for first-time buyers. Think about that. Think about that. That's another thing, right? You guys have all heard this stuff before, but I'm going to repeat it again. Record income and low inflation. Record income, low inflation. The largest tax cuts in history. The American dream was affordable and will be affordable once again. These are the things that Trump is talking about doing and will do it. And let's just say a side note. When he was talking about the tariff taxes and so forth, where foreign countries will be funding the money that they're going to be charged tariff taxes. And he already battled Bloomberg and won, by the way. So he destroyed him, talking about how tariff taxes were going to be bad. And just so that you know, that's how you know Bloomberg is part of the conspiracy group as well. That's why you see anybody got to push back like this type of stuff, they're part of this conspiracy. It's what it is, you know? So other than that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just going to go ahead and, I know we're about an hour left, but I'm going to go ahead. Oh, yeah, so about the tariff taxes. Remember what Trump said? He said that he's going to have an ambassador that's going to reach out to the world where all our American businesses are, because our manufacturing companies are overseas. Everybody know it. So what is Trump going to do? He said that he's going to have an ambassador, talk with them. I think he's going to give them a tax cut, about 15%. He's going to give them a 15% tax cut, first and foremost. They're going to cut the taxes. Then after that, they're gonna come flooding back here in America. And then when these businesses start coming back, man, it's gonna be a beautiful thing, because manufacturing, people are gonna be able to have good paying jobs, not this minimum wage working factory stuff. I'm talking about good paying jobs. That's why I say higher income, low inflation. And it's going to be all off of tariff taxes. That's why there's no need to pay taxes. Why I got to pay taxes? Huh? When we got a central bank, which is the Federal Reserve. Why we got to? Because we already know they're taking the money from us, financing it for themselves, the drug cartel, the syndicate, as well as Ukraine, these forever wars. This is where the money is going. Terrorists in America with illegals. This is where all the money going. This is exactly what it is. They're not trying to fix nothing. Ain't no child sex. Not under they watch. They had a reign from 12 to 16 years with this nonsense. It was never meant to stop. That's why you ain't never heard no president talking about there was going to be a war on child trafficking and sex trafficking. You never heard that. You never heard that before. Until Trump mentioned it. Let's keep it real. Let's keep it real. At a president level, talking like this? No taxes? Say what? You ain't never heard it at that level before. Just keep it real. I'm keeping it 100 right now. This is a man with a plan for real, because he cares about America and he cares about the people. And the people care about Trump. That's why Trump is going to win. Trump has been straight up J.D. Vance, man. I ain't talked about J.D. Vance. J.D. Vance, man. I'm telling you, man. That guy right there got a future for the future presidency. Everybody know it. He's so sharp. He be filleting them, man. He filleted Dana Bash, filleting her behind, fricasseeing her behind, and filleting her behind, man, and all the rest of them too. You know what I'm saying? ABC and all the rest of them. But I'm gonna say this though, man. That debate between J.D. Vance and Tampon Tim Waltz, man, that was presidential material right there. Anybody that have saw that debate would agree. Even the Democrats elites even said that this guy here, I mean, it wasn't nothing. They have too much negative stuff. They had a few things, but it wasn't about character, I tell you that much. He has it all, man. He has it all, man. J.D. Vance, man, he has it all, man. I'm telling you, man. This is a guy here, came out of poverty and single mama, where the odds were supposed to be against him. That should be, it got a book and a movie. Yeah, that's what I'm saying though, man. We got American stories here, man. How you can come out of poverty and be somebody, you know? I'm voting for Trump, Henry. Trump 2024. Trump. I already voted. Yeah, I did the early thing though, you know. I'm already registered. I'm already voted though, you know. But we just over here talking about the policies and everything. I don't know where you came in on, because I was kind of like on the roll here for some things. But At the same time, though, I'm over here talking about Trump policies right now. I already did Kamala Harris stuff, right? So this is the thing about it, man. That when we're looking at this thing, we're looking at this thing for what it really is. Trump is going after, we all know it, he's going after the establishment, man. The deep state and all the rest of that stuff. Everybody knows this. This is common knowledge now. It's a fight between good and evil. There is a war been going on between the two. And it has been going on since, this has been something that he's been prepping. And this was really a 16-year plan that the deep state really had going on for real, for real. But Trump had to go in and or whatever, say, man, he had to step in because Trump already knew what was going on. He's well connected. Of course, he's going to know what's going on about the country and where the problems are. And the problems right now are child trafficking across the border, open border terrorist countries, right? And the support for cashless bail. These are the things that are designed to destroy any country. Look at Germany. Germany having our problems. Germany got some problems over there too, because they have an open border policy where they allowed a lot of illegals to come into their country. And not only that, they're over there murdering, robbing, stealing, and everything else, and raping and everything else. We're not trying to say that every illegal is a terrorist, but if they have not been vetted properly, how will we know until they do something dumb and stupid? And that's exactly what they did. And I'm really pleading to the common decency, if there's any left on the left, to be able to say, this is what it really is. We need a strong and a secure border in the country. We won't be able to make it. And you want America to be third world, waving rainbow bright flags and all this other stuff? Is that where we're going? Because that's what it looked like. Now, they already put a ban in some of these schools and stuff to get the rainbow flag down because it should never be there anyway in the first place. And nobody's talking against LGBTQ, but the problem is that it should not be waved like this, man, in the school systems. The only flag that should be waved in the schools is the American flag. Straight like that. That's the only flag that should be waved in the school. All right, let's go down the list here. So we're talking about Trump, talking about some of his policies, right? And he got a whole list of them, right? I'm gonna say it again. He wants to eliminate taxes on Social Security for seniors. Let the voters in each state decide on their abortion policies. They try to say that Trump wanted to ban abortion rights for women and reproductive rights and all this other stuff. If he wanted to do it, he would have did it over 4 years ago. But he said, no, we go ahead and get rid of Roe v. Versus Wade, but we're going to do it a little differently. Women will have the right to be able to do that, but it's at the state level. So if you are in Texas, you may have to go to another state if you want to get that done. But if it was a true ban, you wouldn't be able to get it done nowhere. So I don't know what this nonsense about Kamala talking about, yeah, they want to go ahead. And then Project 2025, Project 2025. Oh, some of the programs that he's talking about referencing. See, that's what I'm saying. The left does not, that's why people don't rock with them. They're not rocking with y'all, man. They're not rocking with y'all. These people, this is common sense policies that we're talking about. Average people understand common sense. It's a common sense policy. I like how Trump said that. It's about common sense and decency. This is what this is about. This stuff ain't got nothing to do with anything else, all this other rhetoric and crap. This is about appealing to people, common sense, and things like that, about protecting our borders, right? Keeping us safe, going after these child traffickers and human traffickers and stuff like that, right? We're talking about stuff that really matters. Because, like I said, getting rid of these sanctuary cities, reactivating ICE and all the rest of this stuff. Let's go ahead and talk about it. Rebuilding our cities. And he's going to do that strictly with the tariff laws. The taxes are going to do that. China and all of them going to hit him up. You know, he going to hit him up. He done it before. You guys, some of you guys may not know this, but Trump implemented, the actual tariff taxes laws before, and got much. He got it was so much money coming in, but as he said, when he got out of office, they still allowed that tariff to be coming in, but we already know Deep State took that money, and a lot of it I do believe is going in Ukraine as well. It makes a lot of sense now. I'm just saying though, we're gonna talk about it. You know. So let's go ahead and keep on going. He said that he's going to keep men and women out of sports and protect women's scholarship by reversing the Biden-Harris and rewrite Title IX, which I agree. A lot of us are on board with that because men should not belong in women's sports. I felt sorry for that woman and things, even though she was like, yeah, bring it on. But no, when she got hit by that dude, and we should see that. No man should be champion seeing a woman get pulverized by men in sports. That's why you have female sports. And we have male sports. We should have, it should not intertwine like that, man. No, we don't want to see that. No, we don't want to see that. We don't want to see that at all. Okay, and then also eliminate tax on tips as well as the tax tips on base workers like myself. I work for tips as well. And many of you work for tips as well. When you really think about it. Whether you're a Democrat or Republican, you are going to benefit when Trump wins. You're going to benefit from his policies. Straight like that. You are going to benefit, man. We all are going to benefit. We all can win. If you were to put your personal feelings aside and listen to common sense, this is a man that can get it done, which is Trump, which he's for peace. Even the Arab community in Michigan supports Trump. I heard that recently because Biden basically said, in other words, turned his back on the Arab community. Arabs want peace too. That's why they rolling with Trump. They're not backing this policy. After what a Biden said, they're not going to do that. No. Exactly, yep. God supports Trump. He does. God supported Trump. He has. Because they were counting on taking Trump out. And they were really they never counted on Trump to actually be like the president of the United States anyway. Hillary Clinton was supposed to be in there. And I'm going to tell you, if Hillary Clinton would have got in there, it would have been on. It would have been on for real. Ain't no telling where we would be at today. This is how you know God exists. You know? Exactly. And like I said, though, with this, there's a lot of things why they hate Trump and they don't want to see him in there because he's going to expose some things. We know this. And the people that don't know, they will find out about this as well because his policies are his policies. Ain't no hiding. He tells you exactly what the policies are. There ain't no double talk. There ain't no misspeech, misinformation. He's telling you exactly what it is. And if those with ears, let them hear it. Take it or leave it, because that's exactly what it is. We need a strong man. We need a leader today to be able to guide this country, bless this country, and bring us back to prosperity, as opposed to being treated like third and fourth class citizens and allowing these illegals to come in here and treat them as first class citizens. And this is wrong. And for all this dreamer stuff, man, it's nauseating to hear Kamala Harris speak, because she ain't saying nothing at all. We all know what she always say. I'm not going to keep repeating that, but it is true. It is true. Yeah. Yeah, he's our David. Whoever you believe in, if he's, yeah, exactly, because that's exactly what it is, though, man. God has a bigger hand in this, man. This is why he's able to move the people, man. The people have chose their champion, and that's Donald J. Trump, 2024. And let those with ears hear it, because she will not get in there. She will not get in there trying to cheat, but we made it very difficult for them to cheat. There's a lot of policies and things that are set up as roadblocks. It ain't like how it was in 2020 when you just write up and print up ballots and just sit them in there with dead people and people. I didn't even heard stories of people that they have used names of people that have already or haven't even voted yet been voting Democrat. I'm surprised. I'm just saying, man, it's like it should be no surprise to us. There's no limit as to where they would go because there's a lot riding on it. And trust me, man, they're panic out. I ain't never seen Obama this rattled before in my life, being honest. I never seen him this rattled. Obama is rattled, man. When you try to go down there and scold the brothers, no, they didn't, you know what I'm saying? And they know what it is, though, man, what it is. Because they don't watch, they watch social media, they get their information. They don't watch network news. So they are very in tune in regards to what's going on, along with Gen Z. Gen Z don't sit up here watching the news networks like that. They're not the news no more. They're propaganda machines for the Democrats. Anybody and everybody know that. The View got to go. That's why I'm encouraging you guys to boycott their ass. Stop watching ABC, CBS, NBC, and MSNBC, and the rest of them. You got to stop watching them. Their viewers are going down anyway. They're losing viewership. I don't think the View will be on much longer. I'll get a View 2 years or less. Mark my word. I said that now, right? I could be wrong. But in my opinion, I believe the View will be gone in 2 years when Trump come in. Because they're not going to eat crow. They're going to continue with the rhetoric until the threat is gone. Because I do believe that a lot of them got dirt on them too. And when you getting pushed back against common sense, this is how you know when these people have dirt on them. And they do. Talking about the Diddy parties. Kamala Harris was there. She was at the Diddy parties. They tried to suppress it, but she was there. She wasn't the only one. A lot of people was there. A lot of politicians. There were people there at the party doing who knows what. And we know it wasn't good. It wasn't nice. Whether it was a white party or the night party, all of it is foul in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? But these people was there. Let's go ahead and talk about it. They were. They were all there. And people are missing the point, missing the facts, overlooking the facts, that they think this woman is some type of great heroin deliverer. We know that ain't true. She had to have 2 men to help her out on a campaign tour. The most you ever heard her speak is 30 minutes or less. While Trump is a lot older than she is, he got more youth in it than an average 30, 40-year-old. It's a known fact, whether you hate him or not. But you can't stop him, that's for sure. That's why he say fight, fight, fight. You know what I'm saying? And that's exactly what it is, though. You know, we talk about the policies. We talk about securing those borders, low cost of gas, groceries, and housing, right? These are the things that matter to the people. Her policies, she can't even articulate and give us another reason. Turning the page to what? What you turning the page to? You should be turning the page to fix this economy, shut down this border that they allow people to come in, and trying to push that on Trump. That's some bull. Because we already know the facts are already there. She had to be corrected numerous of times. It was her policies that continued with that damn border. She allowed these illegals in here. They're the ones over here killing everybody. I don't give a damn who don't like it. I'm going to speak my goddamn mind, damn it. That's the thing about it. That's what I love about America and freedom of speech. God bless America and the freedom of speech. The land of the free, the home of the brave, man. Never forget that, you know. That's what the flag of the United States stands. We, the people. We are the government. The government don't rule us. We rule them. Who said it best? When the people fear the government, it's tyranny. If the government fears the people, it's liberty. So we should never forget that type of thing. They work for us. Those politicians, all of them work for us. They are public officials. They have to adhere and listen to us. It shouldn't be these closed doors, secret meetings, and all this other kind of stuff. That's what your amendments were designed for. Your amendments were put there for what? As a reminder to the people, just in case. Public servants, thank you. Public servants, exactly what it is. We are the people. Those amendments were put there for a reason and a purpose. Freedom of speech, the right to assemble, right? As long as it's not in a threatening manner, we do it in a respectful manner, you are allowed to do that. They want to get rid of that. They talk about getting rid of the Constitution, taking away the filibuster. They talk about doing all these things, getting rid of these Rumble account is a random male. And let me spell it for you. A random, you already know how to spell random. A random male, M-A-L-E. So a random male, so a random male is my channel name on Rumble. And Rumble is spelled R-U-M-B-L-E, Rumble. This is a free, true source where you can go and download this app and you have freedom of speech where you can say what you want to say and without being afraid of being censored or being shouted down or being removed off the video not being published. So this is where you want to go. It's Rumble, R-U-M-B-L-E, Rumble. A random male speaks, or actually, I'm sorry, a random male, M-A-L-E, M-A-L-E, a random male. This is where my Rumble channel is. Because, like I said, I don't know how much longer videos like this are going to be on YouTube. So I'm kind of letting you guys know. I'm also going to do something on Rockfin. Rockfin is another one. Because Rockfin believes in what? Freedom. They believe in freedom of speech. Just like Truth Social. You guys should be on Truth Social. X, you should be supporting Elon Musk. I'm on X as well too. And things. So, yeah. So I appreciate you guys. You guys take care. I appreciate the likes and support though, and things like that. And I'm really going to grow that channel on a random male and things. So if there's no videos there yet, I'm in the process of trying to get those videos uploaded. Rumble is not as fast as YouTube when it comes down to uploading videos and things like that. So I'm working on that, and as soon as I get that taken care of, yeah, it'll be all good. But I thank you guys, and you have a wonderful day, and peace.